Have you ever looked at a 6-month-old picture of your physique and asked yourself, did I even make any progress? You see, a lot of people going to the gym, their progress flattens or it stops completely after only a few months. At the end of the video, you will know how to fix this. You will also know how to almost get your newbie gains to start again. I'm Erdem, and within 2 years I went from this to this, and I had to learn a lot of lessons the hard way. And this is not some standard like just train harder or do progressive overload. This stuff actually worked, and I figured out for myself, and I see no one else talking about this. So let's get started. Let's start with the first one. It is well accepted in the gym community when you're on a calorie deficit, it is a lot harder for you to build muscles. And that is because when you go down in body fat, you have to understand this. Stored fat around your stomach is calories, right? And calories are energy. And building and maintaining muscles cost energy from our body. You see, our body is still adapted at the hunter and gatherer times, and in those times, one of the most valuable resources you could have was energy. So our body wants to use energy as efficiently as possible. So when we lose fat, our body thinks that this guy is starving himself. We cannot afford to build muscles. This leads to your body building resistance to building muscle mass. The less stored fat you have around, the more resistance your body builds. So let me ask you a question if this is a problem for you. Do you have abs? If the answer is yes, and you're on a calorie deficit, well, you're not building muscles. You have too little fat on your body and you're not doing that. Now, if you don't have abs, if your stomach is sticking out a bit, then this still is not an issue because you already have a lot of stored energy, so your body can accept this. Now, let's go over to the second reason, and that is protein. When you hear that, you may tell me, Erdem, I get my protein. I eat between 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I hear you, but let me ask you one question. Where is the source? Where does the protein come from? Because that matters. What you have to understand that animal-based protein compared to vegan-based protein is a lot better. It has a higher biological value. Now, biological value means how efficiently your body can utilize the protein. Now, you may say, Erdem, I get my protein from meat. I also drink protein shake and eat protein bars. What I will tell you is that look at the backside of your protein bar. I can almost guarantee you it will have vegan ingredients. Soy protein, I can almost guarantee you that, okay? And if it has that, change it, because soy protein is highly processed, very cheap, one of the worst proteins you can have. Look at the backside of your protein powder. Does it have vegan ingredients? If it has, change that. One of the great alternatives is from a company called Bulk. I have from them. I don't drink protein shakes anymore, but I used to buy from them because they have as little ingredients as possible and it's highly quality, right? So buy if you want it. That's an alternative. Now, let's go over to the third reason. Training. Are you pushing the muscles limits? Are you training hard? Like I said before, the body builds resistance, so you have to push the muscles limits. Are you doing that? There's one way to measure this, and that is with one question. Per set, are you getting weaker? Let's say you do bicep curls, okay? You pick up 50 pounds. You can do 12 reps, right? For your second set, can you still do 12 reps or can you do 10 or 11 reps? If you have gone down in reps, good job. You're training hard. Keep at it. If the answer is, I can still do the same amount of reps as the first set, it's time to amp it up. It's time to train with more intensity because you can handle it. Now, I understand that the drawbacks are there. It is harder to train hard. It will also build fatigue. I understand that. But the mental toughness will be there. You will be more disciplined. So it is still worth it, right? Another thing it could be with your training is that the quality of your reps are bad. So let me ask you some questions. When you do shoulder press, are you doing the full range of motion? Are you going down at the stretch? Keep in mind, remember this, it is at the stretch your muscle is the most vulnerable, and that is also where you're weakest, but you will be able to stimulate the muscle most at the stretch, right? So keep that in mind. Are you using momentum when you do shoulder press? Are you going like this? Are you exploding up? If the answer is yes, you gotta stop that. You gotta have all the metabolic stress on your shoulders. So control the weights up, control the weight down, stop here for half a second, up again slowly, and you're good to go. Now, if you say, Erdem, my reps, their quality, they're good, well then it could be this one reason, right? A lot of men make this mistake, and that is they pick up some heavy ass weights and they do 5 to 6 reps. Listen to me. When you pick up some heavy weight, let's use shoulder press as an example. You push it up, right? When you do that, you start to use your legs as driving force. You start to focusing on your stomach. You start to focus on the balance. What happens now? Where you're taking away the metabolic stress from your shoulders and you're distributing to the rest of the body. That is why you gotta do 8 to 12 reps. Because when you do that, well, now it is only your shoulders working. You don't need to focus on using your legs as driving force. You don't need to focus on the balance. You're good to go. And according to this study, 10 to 12 reps is the best for growing your muscles. Now, when you do higher reps, you will grow and also work out at least 4 times a week. By the way, if you want to know how to grow 15 to 25 pounds of attractive muscle mass, click on the link below. I got you.